but he won't have that title. It was a gift. It was given by the Queen only because she expected them to be working members of the family. No way would Queen Elizabeth have given them these titles if she thought they'd be trading on it and calling their children prince and princess in America. It's absurd.
It seems Prince Harry is struggling to understand his new reality. Once a senior royal, now he battles for the VIP status he believes he still deserves, despite stepping back from royal duties. His ongoing legal fight with the UK government over state security has many shaking their heads. Is Harry out of touch with his current position, or is he demanding far too much from the British public? Right now is the answer. Prince Harry is reportedly upset over not being in the VIP category for automatic state security as his legal battle with the UK government continues. He has been allowed to appeal a High Court decision that downgraded his protection after stepping back as a senior royal in 2020. Royal expert Angela Levin criticized Harry, suggesting his desire for VIP security is linked to planned tours with Meghan Markle. A High Court judge previously upheld the Home Office's decision on his security, but Harry's lawyers argue that the ruling was unfair. The appeal will be heard by the Court of Appeal, with Harry seeking equal consideration under Ravek's policies. To be honest, Harry's current actions and demands suggest a man deeply disconnected from his new reality, perhaps influenced by an illusionary perception of his status. His insistence on VIP treatment and state-funded security, despite stepping back from royal duties, indicates a significant misalignment between his expectations and his current position. It's hard to ignore the possibility that Meghan Markle has played a role in shaping Harry's mindset. Since their marriage, Harry has exhibited behaviors and made decisions that starkly contrast with his previous demeanor and values. Observers speculate that Meghan's influence might have contributed to his unrealistic demands and perceptions. Harry's relentless pursuit of privileges he no longer qualifies for, as evidenced by his ongoing legal battles, reflects a degree of delusion. He appears unable to reconcile his past royal identity with his current, more independent life. This cognitive dissonance might be fueled by Meghan's support, and possibly her encouragement to challenge the status quo, reinforcing his sense of entitlement. The notion that Meghan has brainwashed Harry is a compelling narrative for those witnessing his drastic transformation. Once known for his cheerful and approachable nature, Harry now seems embroiled in a relentless pursuit of validation and privileges, which many find unreasonable. His shift from a beloved royal to a figure embroiled in legal disputes and public controversies underscores a troubling change. In sum, Harry's actions reflect a man caught in an illusion, perhaps nurtured by Meghan's influence, leading to grandiose expectations and a detachment from his new reality. This scenario not only highlights Harry's internal struggle, but also raises questions about the dynamics of his relationship and its impact on his decisions. Only King Charles, Camilla, Prince William, and Princess Catherine get round-the-clock protection. I am sure when Prince George is older, he will be given the same protection as he is the next heir to the throne after William. The rest of the senior working members of the royal family only have taxpayer-funded security when on official duties and engagements. Harry volunteered any official duties or engagements. He agreed to the terms set forth by Queen Elizabeth. He thought that he was so important to the Queen, to the people of the UK and the Commonwealth, that he going to be begged to stay on as a half-in, half-out working royal, with all of his demands being met. He underestimated Queen Elizabeth. She loved her family, but she always, even as a child, understood that she served more than just herself. He is, much like Prince Andrew, no longer entitled to that protection detail. Anne, the Princess Royal, who is arguably the hardest working member of the royal family, who survived a kidnapping attempt when she was younger, doesn't even get the level of protection that Harry is demanding. Harry needs to understand that he is no longer a VIP. He is simply the ungrateful grandchild of Queen Elizabeth, a prince by virtue of birth, a prince in name only, not a prince in practice. He can pay for his own security and that of his family. The taxpayers are not responsible for his paranoia, his delusions of importance and grandeur. He wanted out. He got what he wanted. I don't wish them ill. I just want them to fade away into obscurity, to live as they said they wanted, a private life away from the public eye, financially independent from the royal family, and a life of service. But I think I have such kindness, but Harry is crazy. His greed will not stop, and combined with an ambitious woman will create a pair of nerves and delusions. As for Meghan, the fact of the matter is she will not be called princess. She can only have titles through her husband, therefore she will be called Meghan Harry. She will never be called a princess, and because she will have no formal title, as her husband has lost his dukedom titles, she can only be called as shown above. It seems Harry is incapable of accepting responsibility for all the personal pain he has inflicted upon the royal family, including Her Majesty the Queen and Prince Philip, and the ongoing financial pain he has and is still inflicting upon the UK taxpayers. The latter is related to his inability to stop with all these security court cases that he is burdening the UK taxpayer with the expenses. The media and the vapid followers of Harry and Meghan keep harping on how they are rich. Well, then pony up the money and pay for your own security court cases, and when once again the verdict is against you, let it go and move on, Harry. Besides, he really believes he is going to win his case, doesn't he, even though he has lost twice? He wanted it heard before July because he wants his internationally protected person status back. This isn't about security. When he is in the UK, he has been told he can have it. He wants worldwide security so he and his wife can waltz around preaching to people pretending to be royal. If he gets 100% UK security back, he will file another suit stating that as they feel he is in need of UK security, he should be seen as a risk worldwide. It's all a con and a stepping stone to get an internationally protected person back. Yes, he is the king's son, but he is a private citizen doing his own work. He isn't doing formal business. He doesn't represent the UK, the royal family, or the government when he does his stuff. It's personal business meetings and charity work. Why doesn't he get it? Then if he gets it, then that opens the door for Andrew, his girls, Zara and Peter. They are all the same, non-working minor royals. Now he wants to get a permanent home in the UK so he can try and get taxpayers' money for his security. Well, it's not right. He is not a VIP. He no longer has anything to do with the royal family anymore. He left step down. So why should the British taxpayers pay for his security? If he wants that kind of security, let him pay himself. He does not even pay taxes. He does not live here. Should not expect money from the working taxpayers to pay for his security. And pay all our own costs as well. Don't expect others to foot your bills. When is our king going to actually listen to the people of Sussex, the people of the UK, and the people of the Commonwealth, and finally strip all the titles of dukedom, via Parliament, and all the Prince-Princess titles, which are granted by the monarchy, and finally tell the Prince of Pink Pancakes and his handler to foxtrot Oscar, and never darken our shores again? Harry, just give it up. You are no more special than any other so-called celebrity or rich bloke stopping off in London before returning home. When will you accept you gave up your position as a working royal freely for private life? The UK bade you farewell, and your family wished you good luck. Why you turned against all and everything and morphed into a spoilt child, we can only assume. Nevertheless, at 40 years of age, it's about time you recognize your day of demanding anything from the UK is long gone. You want it out, and that's what you've got. I can only sigh in frustration. This man is so entitled he doesn't live in the real world, but wants everyone to think he's just Harry. Why do he and his wife use their titles, and why have they just sister their children, seen her prince and princess? A bad mistake by Charles to allow this. To put it briefly, the UK taxpayer should and will not pay for any of Harry's security. He does nothing for the country and steps back from the royal family. He earns a private living with Meghan and has hereditary finance income as such, should fund his own security. I can understand a low-level police guard, but as far as full security is concerned, he made his bed, he lies in it. Final words to Harry. This will never go his way, no matter how many times he appeals. For it to be successful, he will have to provide new additional and worthwhile evidence over and above that which has already been considered. Just not being prepared to accept the word no isn't going to work, no matter how much he screams and stamps his feet. I wouldn't put it past the pair of them to try and manufacture an attempt so they can prove heightened risk. Sadly, the New York near-fatal car chase turned out to be a damp squib, just like them. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video. And I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye, and see you again in the next videos.